Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Saptarishis Astrology. I am back. Well, 19 years back, somewhere around 2003, 2004, I wrote a book on the techniques of my late Guru CS Patel Sahab, on his Nadi techniques, transit techniques from Chandrakala Nadi, Brigul Nadi, and so many other books that he had referred to write his book. And at that time, I felt that I had done so much of research on his techniques that nobody had ever done. We astrologers often get this ego point of view when we do research. And why do I say this? I say this so that one of his techniques was such the eventful years in one's life that when you take the extension of that technique, you could get the exact date of an event. For the complete life, several events, you could get significant dates. And at that point of time, as I said, I felt, oh, I have done the best research until I met Chawla Sahab. Chawla Sahab, welcome to Saptarishis Astrology.
Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Pranam, sir. It's a pleasure to have you, Chawla Sahab, and this interview was long overdue. And unfortunately, my inorganized life schedule has prevented this interview from happening. शायद 3 साल 4 साल डिले हो गया. I met you 4 years back, Chawla sir.
Yeah, it was around 4 years before Corona.
Yeah, much before Corona, I think so. And from that time till now, it's pending. And I still remember I had gone to Chawla sir's office and in Delhi, and I had shot a video, and he was so happy meeting me. He hugged me, and he was, and of course, that's due to the credit goes to my guru, late CS Patel Sahab, that he was so happy to meet a student of CS Patel. Unfortunately, I only learned 4 techniques from Patel Sahab, and the rest of my life, I spent devoting time daily, 2 hours, just making him happy. So I learned astrology very little, but pyar bahut mila. I got a lot of love from him. So Chawla Sahab has taken Patel Sahab's technique, one of those few people to receive Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Council of Vedic Astrology, my Guru CS Patel. He had received 10 minutes standing ovation, 15 minutes standing ovation. And he died at the age of 92. And somehow I feel the current breed of astrologers have not gone deeper into Patel Sahab's techniques. Now, the problem is, you have genius like Chawla Sahab, who take his technique to a very high level, and he has also used Excel sheets, etc., and all that. And at this stage, he works so hard, that I find his techniques, Chawla Sahab's technique, way beyond my level. Of course, my level is very limited. And an average astrologer is very more intelligent than me, and the more I have aged, the more simpler I have become in my mind and outlook of life, and my intelligence also has reduced. My memory has reduced. But for the younger generation, who is computer oriented, who is technical, who wants scientific basis, we have a man in front of us who's ready to teach and share all techniques without the drama of giving some technique and hiding some technique. That is the general trend of Indian astrologers. I do not know why, and so he is not that kind of man. He loves to share, just like my Guru CS Patel Sahab. Patel Sahab would not even ask for tea. He will not even ask you, how are you? As soon as you enter his house, he will say, come here, see this new research. And he will share the technique. And I would say, sir, 7 years of your research, you've given it away instantly to a man you don't know. He says, so what? So that was, by God's grace, some punya in my unholy life I must have done in my previous life, that I got Patel Sahab. And today, if you have a living version of Patel Sahab, that is Chawla Sahab. So Chawla Sahab, please welcome.
I'm humbled by your gesture.
नहीं, मैं दिल से बात करता हूँ सर, और मैं दिल से सब कुछ, यू नो, आई बिलीव जितना हार्ट से, हाउ मच यू वर्क with your heart and the distance between heart and mind and mouth should hardly be there. So anyway,
Yeah.
we have a man. I have seen Chawla Sahab predict in front of me the surgical strike that our government did on Pakistan, or whatever, whatever it was, the terrorists or whatever it's called. Okay, the date was predicted by Chawla Sahab. Okay, that I saw. Okay, and today we are going to discuss how he predicted a very unfortunate event that happened recently in the life of our Prime Minister and our nation, that is Shri Narendra Modi ji. Okay, he lost his mother. Okay, I still remember I was traveling to Shirdi at that time when I heard the news that his mother is hospitalized. I was with Dinesh Tambe. I instantly asked him, "What's the nakshatra?" Okay, and he said this. Then I recalculated something, went 2 days back and did something, and I intuitively felt at that point of time, you know, that something's going to happen to his mother. Of course, it's pretty natural. She was 100. So it's easy to predict. Some would say that. But Chawla Sir predicted this in advance. Okay. I do not know how many days in advance he predicted. I was traveling at that point of time, and I could not complete my own study. So I am today going to learn from Chawla Sahab, and my request to him is, okay, he should consider us babies. He should spoon feed us, okay? Because the regular complaint that we have received is Chawla Sahab's level is too high.
No,
Right?
no, no.
So he should consider us babies. I'm going to act as a baby. I'm going to ask the most stupid questions, and I would request Chawla Sahab to have patience and repeat if necessary. I will try to, on purpose, keep on asking him to repeat so that it enters the audience mind. Okay? Chawla Sahab, all yours. कैसे आपने predict किया? How did you predict, Chawla Sahab?
One thing, two things you said, Sunil ji. You said you feed us like babies. If you read the book of Patel Sahab, actually, if you go through it, book, he has fed every reader like a mother feeding the baby. It is such a nice way he said. He was very humble, and he shared his horoscope for all the events of life, and that was his humbleness attracted me to him. And every day I salute him, I respect him, I bow before him, and I feel whatever is being told from the book, if it is not understandable, he makes me understand that thing. And if I'm able to predict all to Patel Sahab, his nearness to me even today, every time. So one thing I must share, you said you learned about techniques, even Fujian, he has 5 methods he has shared about how to predict even Fujian in 5 methods. He said moving one ascendant every year, one namash moving ahead. You said just at the beginning. That thing, when I did, I said, it is very difficult if a horoscope comes and then you have to calculate that point of time. I thought I make an Excel sheet, and I do not know how it started and how it was progressing like anything. And now we are able to see at the click of a button how my next year would be. All those things, 5 methods, just with a click of button, you will be able to see how malefic is touching ascendant, or ascendant is touching Venus. And I have even gone beyond and said trine positions I have also taken, and it is giving wonderful results.
Okay.
One more thing I would tell, in Patel Sahab's book, he has used notes, mean notes. Even his horoscope is on mean notes. All whatever he has said it is on mean notes, but at the end of the book, other book, he says we must use true notes. And you would see true note really works. True notes really works, and his intention was not bad. But in reality, true notes really works. I will show you today. Modi Saab's horoscope, I'll share, and then we go about it. This is Modi Saab's horoscope. People take it differently. People take various lagna. Some people take Scorpio lagna. Some people take Libra lagna. But with Patel Saab's technique on dispositive theory, I would show that Libra lagna is the real lagna. Just in few minutes from now. We were shooting a video for Saptarishis, and we were for class. We were telling. I asked students. I said, "What is the news today?" It was in the evening. I said, "What is the news today? Any breaking news?" Everybody was silent. Nobody knew. I said, "It is about Modi Saab's mother getting admitted to hospital. Is it really a bad period for her?" I said, "Yes. There are 3 consecutive happenings are shaped for her, and any of these things may. Now we would show you the beauty of degrees. Degrees, what Patel Sahab has taught. I go beyond. We'll take Navamsa degrees also. We'll take Navamsa degrees also. We take Navamsa degrees also to show how beautifully they work in predicting an item. He has said, we'll share the rule also. Modi Saab's mother would be 4th house, and 8th house from her would be her 8th house. Modi Saab's mother, 8th house. What he says in, I'll show you the rule. First, I'll show you the rule, then he says, certain sojourn in the sign identical with Navamsa of the 11th Lord, or a trine thereof on the degrees of that sign Lord, will produce much grief in mother's family, and the native himself will have mental agony.
Can I request you to repeat that once again, the technique? I presume that's from Chandrakala Nadi.
Chandrakala Nadi, and he has said in his book also, there is written, it is, I'm sharing. Is it being shared? No?
No, it's not being shared. You have to stop the first screen share and then restart the screen share.
Okay, new share.
Meanwhile, while Chawla Sahab does that, I would like to quickly remind people that Chawla Sahab's course on Nadi and Navamsa has just started. You all can join in. Okay, it has just started few days back, 2 days back. You all can join in every. Sir, is it every Saturday? I'm forgetting the.
Every Saturday, 8:30.
8:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first 2 lectures we kept it free. Many people have joined in. You all can still join in. There is a lot of time. Okay. Another batch would be this would be in English. Another batch will be starting in 2 weeks from now. Okay. And both the batches will be combined. Later on, we will be having a completely Hindi batch, probably a few months from now. Okay. Because I want all the audiences, international audience, South Indians, everybody to learn, plus North Indians, everybody to learn. So Hindi, English, that way accordingly. Sorry, please continue, sir.
So now it is visible. Saturn sojourn in the sign identical with Namash of 11th Lord or trine thereof. On the degrees of that sign Lord will produce much grief in mother's family, and native himself will have mental agony. This thing is visible to you, sir? Sunil.
Yes, it's visible, sir.
Labshache, Tati Trone, the food yogam. The food means degrees of the original planet. Gate Shano, Matra Vanshe, mother के वंश में जनारिष्टम जान का रिष्ट उनका रिष्ट होगा कलेशम इधर mental agony प्राप्नोति भूरिश. So this is the from Dev Kalanadi, book 3, page 161, verse 4, 336 and 337. For all dear and near ones, for father, mother, this is from that house only, here said. So, one thing you would see, now, what it means, he says, 11th house Lord, what it occupies, Namash, that's Namash told Rashi is, this is the Lord of Leo is Sun occupies Namash here in Capricorn.
Right.
He says, Saturn transit on this Rashi, Saturn transit in Capricorn. Saturn transit in Capricorn on the degrees of that Lord, on the degrees of Sun, on the degrees of Saturn, sorry, Lord of this, on the degrees of Saturn. Then grief to mother. This is one rule. Did you get me, sir?
Yeah.
Saturn transit in Capricorn, because it is Lord of Leo here. Saturn transit here on the Lord of this house, which the Sun is occupying. That is Capricorn. Lord is Saturn. So we see Saturn degrees is 28 Capricorn. And Modi Saab Saturn is 29 Leo 40 degrees. We just ignore this thing and see the degrees. There is difference of 1 degree. This would be meeting, I said in my video, I said on 8th. This would be exactly on 8th of January. Today is 8th. Today was another day. This is the third this thing. If she would have escaped those earlier 2 dates, she would have definitely gone here. Because today, if I show you today's this thing, then it would be 29 degrees 40 minutes. Can we show you the date today? Anyhow, so these degrees are approaching and matching, right? Up 29. Saturn matching Saturn. Saturn's degree are to match, Saturn degrees are to match with the Lord where 11th Lord is posted, and then on the degrees of that Lord of Saturn are 29 degrees. When it meets 29 degrees, then there's a mental agony, or he or she leaves the world. This is one aspect. Then Modi's horoscope has one issue, 64th Namash. Ketu is posted in 64th Namash from Jupiter.
So can you repeat that 64th Namash part, sir?
Ketu is posted in 64th Namash from Jupiter. Because it is 8th house from here. This is Jupiter, and Ketu is here. It is 8th house. And from Jupiter, it is 4th house. Ketu is posted in 64th Namash from Jupiter. So Ketu becomes more vulnerable for creating an accident. 3 rules will be seeing what would happen and how it has happened. First thing I would show, she escaped this world on 30th December. Please see the degrees of Rahu Ketu. I have not done anything to the Modi's horoscope. It is my natural this thing, rectified time. Today, it was whatever was done 2 years back. Rahu degrees, Ketu degrees, meeting the degrees of Modi Sahab. See the beauty of astrology.
Fantastic point.
See the degrees of Rahu Ketu meeting degrees of ascendant. It's a great to mother. Now, I show another thing. Namash, Rahu, Jupiter and Saturn. Rahu, Jupiter and two more he has said. He said, Rahu transit at death. Patel Sahab has said, Rahu transit. I'll show you that part also. Rahu transit at death. Down. This is being seen, sir. Horaratnam.
Horaratnam, chapter 8, verse 27.
Right. He says, death of a close relative should be indicated when Rahu transits 64th Navash, either from Navash occupied by ascendant or moon. But it is set for since we are using horoscope of Modi Sahab, so we will take ascendant, right? We'll take Rahu's transit, we'll see the ascendant part only. He says, roughly covering a period of 2 months, Balabhadra says on this. This is the rule, it is from his book only. So, Rahu transit 64th. What is the 64th Navash, Modi Sahab? Modi Sahab's mother 64th Navash. Mother 64th Navash, sir. This is mother. And this is mother Navash, rising Navash, same 4th house. And 64th Navash is this. Modi's mother 64th Navash will be this. Listen once again, sir. This is Navash of ascendant.
So, just for the younger audience, sorry to interrupt. Just for the younger audience, how to quickly calculate 64th Navash from each point? Quickly, if we can.
Yes, yes. 64th Navash is exactly 210 degrees. It is 210 degrees. It falls in the 8th house. 210 degrees just completes in the 7th end of 7th house, and 210 degrees 1 second it starts from 8th house, right? And 64. These are 12 Navashas, and then we are it will be 4th house. This is 12 Navasha, 12 5s. Since 64, we have to divide it by 12. 5 cycles complete. This will be 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. 4th from that Lagna would be 64th Navash from Lagna. Navash 4th house from Lagna would be 64th Navash. It could be from Moon, it is from Mars, it is from every planet, it is from even Mother Ascendant. Mother Ascendant is Capricorn. So Mother Ascendant has acquired this Navash, and 64th will be 4th from this house. Number 6 Rashi, Gemini.
Number 6 Rashi in the Navamsa. That is
in
Virgo.
The Navamsa.
And incidentally, if I remember well, I was seeing right now, during transit Saturn was in Virgo Navamsa, right on Modi's moon in Navamsa. Am I right, sir?
Yes. No, there are more things I'll show you. Now I show beauty of astrology, beauty of which nobody uses. This nobody uses. We'll show you Navash degrees. You go to this thing, I'll show you Navash degrees. Why? But I said Rahu's transit on the 64th Navash. So 64th Navash of mother is this. And it would be transiting this. This is transit of that day. This is Gemini. This is Virgo Rashi. Rahu, Jupiter and Saturn. They all transit here on moon. Now see the degree of Rahu. 8 degrees, 8 minutes, and 32.97 seconds. These are Navash degrees, D9 degrees. Sir, these are Navash degrees, D9 degrees. Are you with me, sir? Navash degrees.
Yes, sir, I'm with you. Yes, sir, I'm with you.
Then, same formula. See the degree of moon of Modi Sahab. See, they are exactly matching this thing. Moon degrees, Rahu transiting on moon, and moon is a significator of mother also.
Correct.
This is application of D9 degrees, and Patel Sahab has said only at one place he expands 3 degrees 20 minutes of Navash into 30 degrees. But nowhere it has been used, and no, I feel, whatever students I'm teaching, nobody knows or have been taught on D9 degrees.
Right, sir.
This is the beauty of astrology, degrees of this, and it was meeting on this thing.
Yes, sir.
Third, he said, कि on moon, sun, moon, and other places, when it transits over sun, when Saturn coincides degreically with the natal position of sun, then it is a this is father health will suffer or some problem. When Saturn coincides degreically with the natal position of moon or its trine position, native mother health would suffer. So Saturn degreically transiting over moon, Navash moon. Now, one more thing. See the position of moon. See the position of moon.
Transit position.
Moon position. Moon is in number 7. Moon is in number 7. See Navash moon here. It is in Pisces, and Navash moon is here in number Libra here.
Libra
here. And it is transiting over Ketu, which is also in 64th Navash from Jupiter.
So how is it transiting over Ketu? I didn't understand that point, sir.
Sir, this is number. This is Libra. Libra is trying to 3711 here.
Okay.
3711, right?
Right.
This Ketu. Modi Sahab Ketu.
Right.
So it is 64th Navash from Jupiter, and Jupiter is, what is Jupiter to Modi Sahab? It is 12th from mother and 3rd from mother. Jupiter is the lord of this house, and Jupiter is the lord of this house. Modi's mother's 12th house and Modi's mother's 3rd house. So Ketu, this Ketu's moon, Navash moon is this thing, and Rashi moon is again in trine to, Rashi moon was here in trine to that moon, this moon.
Okay.
All said and done, you see degree wise ascendant. First I showed you ascendant degrees of Modi Sahab and ascendant degrees of Rahu Ketu, D1 degrees, Rashi degrees. Now with the funda of Navash degrees, we have showed Rahu was exactly transiting over this thing, and Ketu was transiting over Modi Sahab's Navash. Exactly this here. Ketu Pisces is 8 Pisces. It was transiting here, right? So all such things, when it is meeting the degree wise this thing, then sir, three, if she would have escaped this, then on 8th today was another date coming. But she had three immediate in succession, three damaging dates were coming in succession. If she would have escaped, there was a date. And I said in the video 2 days back, 27th, I think we shot the video, which said it is very bad for her till 31st. If she escaped, then 8th. I said in the video. It would that thing, but I said I didn't predict. I said we should not be doing this thing because that should not be normally said. But she's 100 years old. I said it is before 31st. I didn't actually go for the date. I said before 31st, and ultimately, otherwise on 8th we said so. And why did I say those things? 8th and 31st. It is in. It is before you. How do you see it now?
You wanna share the screen, sir?
Which now you tell me. Screen is being shared. Not just Modi Sahab's mother.
I thought some other diagram you want to share. It's okay. Continue.
How do you now with your as a observer, what you would observe? Can anybody go without degrees? Can you go close? No degrees. Can anybody go close without degrees? And it is Patel Sahab's theory.
Correct, sir. Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. This is the importance of using transits, and there are only 2-3 people I have seen in my 20-year journey across different cities and villages of India who use transit planets Navamsa position. That means if you say right now Saturn is in Capricorn, okay? So in Navamsa, Saturn in Capricorn is in Virgo Navamsa. It is in Virgo Navamsa using Virgo Navamsa transit Saturn. That means transit planets Navamsa position superimposing on the natal chart. You can make fantastic predictions of even few hours just by using transit moon's Navamsa position. I revealed a complete course technique here, but what I'm trying to say is not me. There are astrologers in India who use it, and Chawla Sahab uses it really well. I have seen this in the last few years of association with Chawla Sahab. Okay.
I show you another beauty of Navash degrees today. Somehow it has come. Can I proceed ahead?
Sure, sir.
Navash degrees. Modi Sahab's association with India. Sundaram Sir asked me one day during his last association with us that how you can, looking at Modi Sahab's horoscope, how you can say he would be Prime Minister of India. I said, give me 2 days. I will definitely come back on this and show you, sir. But today I show you something else. That also I will narrate later. Now I come here on this. Where is cursor? My cursor. I show you India's chart. Here. India's chart. This is India chart. Sir, observe the degrees of India chart. 7 degrees 43 minutes. Now, using Namash degrees, why Modi Sahab entered Indian politics, Prime Minister of India? If I switch degrees from here, Modi Sahab degree to D9 degrees. And then I show you degrees. See degrees of Mercury. Degrees of Mercury are matching India's ascendant.
7 Capricorn 34. What a wonderful point, sir. Fantastic. Hats off. I must say this. I'm forgetting in Dr. B.V. Raman's, late Dr. B.V. Raman's magazine. I'm forgetting the name of the author. I think 70s, 80s ki time hai. In 70s or 80s. One astrologer had taken the horoscopes of several key leaders and matched it to the horoscopes of their countries with the degrees and the planet.
I'll just show you. Now, India's chart, it is from Delhi. It is the capital of India. Now, if I make from Ahmedabad, why Ahmedabad? This is a new technique also. We, from New Delhi, we go to Ahmedabad.
A dear friend Dinesh Tambe has joined. Chawla Sir.
Sir.
Yeah, one of our team members has joined.
Wonderful. So we will go to Ahmedabad. We make Ahmedabad in India, rest of the country. Okay.
So India's chart, you get it from Ahmedabad.
This is a new innovation. If you want to see a disaster, this is the simplest technique. You want to see a disaster in Mumbai, you want to see a disaster or good happenings in any place, cast the chart from the either a particular place or the capital of that place. He was Chief Minister of Gujarat for a long time, for 20 years. See the degrees of Jupiter and degrees of ascendant of India, Ahmedabad. This is degrees of Jupiter of Modi Sahab and matching with the ascendant of this chart. First, I showed you Delhi. He's the Prime Minister. Degree 7 degrees match with this. Matches with this. Did you observe, sir? 29 degrees Scorpio, and when he was Chief Minister of this thing, it was matching. So he takes up assignment for Chief Ministership of this thing.
And Jupiter is in his 5th house of seat of power.
Whatever you say, whatever you do, and Patel Sahab has said, even one planet which is in 5th Navash, then original, not D9 degrees, 5th Navash, then he is a man of status. And Modi Sahab has Venus in 5th Navash, around 15, 16 degrees. I'll show you. Now, same rule I show you for horoscope of, we'll convert it into Delhi. We convert it into Delhi, and then I show you Indira Gandhi's chart. This we converted into Delhi, New Delhi. This is a new technique altogether. Which part of this thing would happen?
For the young readers, I would suggest to take this technique seriously of Chawla Sahab, and to go further deeper into it, they need to read articles on astrolocality. We used to have a an Italian writer, I'm forgetting his name, 15 years back it is, in our old astrological magazine. He wrote fantastic articles on astrolocality, and he went so deep, and he was he was world famous. I'm forgetting his name. I'm no longer in touch with the old breed of astrologers that wrote in our magazine. By the way, we are relaunching the magazine in Vasant Panchami, on Vasant Panchami, that's 26th January. And Vasant Panchami is the Saraswati day. I'm just diverting Chawla Sahab. I'll take one more minute.
Please,
Okay.
please.
So that day we pray to Saraswati, Goddess Saraswati. We're going to be having a series of videos on how to pray, some secret methods, etc. Hopefully we do it on time. Our whole team is very, very busy as of now. We also would be having a we also would be having what do you call a puja. We also would be having a puja on 26th January for everybody, okay, for Saraswati Mata. And people who are into astrology, or people who are having children, who are studying, should definitely do some kind of puja. Need not be with Saptarishis Astrology, some kind of puja. Unfortunately, we concentrate on praying to Goddess Lakshmi only because of money, but we forget that the our education, whether it is technical education or the education that the universe is giving us, at the end of the day, that knowledge and the wisdom derived from that knowledge converts us into successful person or not. And the blessings of Goddess Saraswati has to be there for that knowledge to be useful in our life. You know. Anyways, so astrolocality is one thing. Quickly, I will say every year this Italian astrologer uh, had shared a technique in our magazine where every year Varshafal he would construct it from different cities, and which city is suitable for you, or the horoscope that is generated, okay, he would then travel to that city, or his clients would travel to that city and uh, अपना birthday मनाते थे. That means they would celebrate that birthday in that city on the date of the birthday. So this was a very fantastic thing at that point of time. I still remember. I said, "What a weird man." He had once said, "Hey, I'm busy. I'm traveling to Japan." Okay, I said, "Why?" Karke. I said, "Your article is due." Karke. He said, "No, no, no. My birthday is coming. So the place where I'm staying in is bad for me. So I'm going to do shifting to Japan, and I'm going to celebrate my birthday in Japan." Something like that. I'm forgetting. That's 15 years back. Anyways, Chawla Sahab, I'm happy you've taken this up because Indian astrologers do not take this up. Please continue, Chawla Sahab. I digressed quite a lot in between.
Wonderful. No, no, it's wonderful. Now see the degrees of. Sorry, it's gone to degrees of Indira Gandhi. Sun degrees and India's degrees. D9 degrees. D9 degrees. It matches with India's ascendant. All I have shown degrees of a person, D9 degrees, matching with the ascendant of India. This is beauty of astrology. This is Indira Gandhi's chart.
Can you repeat for the audience again, sir?
It is now. Earlier it was horoscope of Narendra Modi Sahab. Now it is this horoscope of Indira Gandhi. We see the D9 degrees, Navash degrees, and see which planet matches with the ascendant and where it is placed. Sun degrees of Indira Gandhi, 7 Leo, matches exactly with the Lagna of India. Earlier, that was, I showed you for Modi Sahab, from Ahmedabad as well as from Delhi. They were matching this. So this theory works well. Wonderful. Even it can be applied by any person. Any person. If two people are friends, or even with wife, or two people are joining, if you have a man is working in a company, if you have a date of that company, inception date and time, then you match degrees of those. One of the planets must be matching with the degrees of ascendant of other man. Even two friends also.
Fantastic, sir. Fantastic. Dinesh is with us. Dinesh, did you have a question regarding this technique?
Yeah, hi sir.
Hi.
Chawla sir, just now you clarified that question which was there in my mind, that about the two persons, right? Just now you said like even if two people are friends,
So
having wife and all
it was
that. So
answered by Patel Sahab himself. It was answered by Patel Sahab himself.
yeah,
The mind reading was done by Patel Sahab, and I answered your question.
correct, sir, correct. So that was the question which was there in my mind. We can use this technique beautifully, specifically in matchmaking.
Yes,
So that can give us lots of clues. So
yeah.
that was
There are so
there.
many things. There are so many things available, but this is the one man will not enter anybody's others would enter any other's life only their degrees are matching. I
Absolutely.
would it is 100% true. I've showed you two different examples on these things. Wonderful.
Well, Chawla Sahab has, I'll just conclude this unless Chawla Sahab wants to do it, because I want to do another video with him on how many years back he predicted the surgical strike. But uh, if Chawla Sahab has something to add, it's great. Otherwise, I feel you have explained it quite well using the shlokas of Chandrakala Nadi and Hora Ratnam, okay, Balbhadra's book, that the shlokas which Patel Sahab has forwarded it to us, as to how to use transit navamsa and a planet's 11th house. I always say 6, 8, 12. No, your whole astrology is 6, 8, 12. People who attended
Yeah,
my course
yeah,
have seen, have seen that the only thing to use is 6, 8, 12.
yeah,
From any house, and from any house 6, 8, 12, or from a particular point 6, 8, 12.
yeah.
So
Wonderful.
planet 6, 8, 12. House or planet 6, 8, 12. इससे ही खेलते जाओ, you just play around, you'll get everything. The point what that shloka of Chandrakala Nadi is saying is 11th house, 11th lord, because it is 8th from 4th. So
Yeah,
11th becomes 8th from 4th. So mother's chronic problems, chronic conditions, and Chala sir, if you can on screen just put Narendra Modi's horoscope. I am aware what kind of comments will come in the comment section. Many people, it's a traditional thing. Many people will say, oh, Ken Rao and many others use Scorpio ascendant, this, that. I've seen those kind of comments in the last 2 decades. I know people have that absolute pastime of only passing comments and all that. I say it doesn't matter what ascendant you use and all that. When it comes to celebrities, I say, yes, it is a problem. In the past, I've given several times, I have mentioned that most Gujarati astrologers that I have met, okay, professional astrologers, kind of people who are consulted by politicians, they use Libra ascendant. Okay. 1010 is the time that was given to one of our colleagues, Badiraji, by Narendra Modi's brother. Okay. In that 2 rupee, 5 rupee horoscope that we used to get, that booklet at that point of time, uska photocopy, the Xerox of it, was shown to Badiraji by Modi's relative. And even one of India's most leading astrologers, She's a lady astrologer. I don't want to name here, okay, because of political reasons, and okay, has been consulted with this horoscope by the man himself. Okay, I don't want to say further, and it is Libra. It's an obvious thing. Okay, it's 10 times. Some people take 10:07. Some people take 10 o'clock. Some people take 9:57. I leave it to people. It truly doesn't matter. Okay, I've even read comments of senior astrologers who says Libra Lagna means Modi must have been born as a very rich man. No, I mean that is a bit way too word. Okay, it's crystal clear with Rahu in the sixth. Okay, it's crystal clear. Rahu in the sixth. We know Godra incident and the backlash of it. That's Rahu in the sixth. Jupiter in the fifth retrograde. We know what happened between Narendra Modi and LK Advani. All these things are crystal clear. Mars Moon in the second house. Okay, the thing that made him the prime minister was a dialogue of Sonia Gandhi, Moon, Mars, absolutely Marak, okay, seventh lord and second lord, Maut ka Saudagar, and Mars is blood. Okay, that dialogue made him prime minister. You got to study the history. You got to study Bhrigu yogas. Bhrigu yogas can't be found in books. You just can't find it. Okay, I will just give one small hint. Okay, people would normally make huge videos out of it, okay, and all that, okay. But I always like to give the best of the best at the very end so that people whose Saturn is good, they'll have patience to wait till the end. If you have afflicted Saturn like mine, you will have no patience in life. If you don't have patience, you can't learn astrology. Okay, nobody's going to give out. Very few people are like Patel Sahab. In the very first minute of meeting you, they will give out everything. Okay. I don't play games, but things come to me naturally, and when they come, it's at that point of time. If astrology can predict everything, ladies and gentlemen, Chawla Sir, if you can just stop the screen share.
Yeah.
Because I want to wind this up and go to the surgical strike video. I think that's a very important thing. So coming back to what I was saying, ladies and gentlemen.
Today I will not, sorry sir, sorry for interruption. Sanjay Sahab will not, I'll show you when my journey started, what was the prediction given by me. I would show you that today now if you want to see. Surgical strike, maybe we do it later. Maybe I'm not ready with that surgical strike.
We can do it right now, sir.
Yeah, later on. I'll just show you photos of the first prediction when I entered mundane. That was Air Asia's. I just show 3 clips of that thing, and then we can discuss it later. But when I started my journey in mundane, that was in 2015, 16, whenever the Air Asia played. I'll show you the clips of those things. I'll just show you, but you please continue. After that, I'll show you that clips.
All right. Sir. What I wanted to say was, people associate astrology and astrological predictions with events. That's natural. It's natural for us. But for me, astrology is mind, body, soul. It covers everything. Obviously, sun, lagna, moon, lagna, ascendant, lagna. There are certain dialogues, certain events which comes with dialogues. Like for me, the most important dialogue that I remember, from my late father is, how he was patient enough to allow me to do my astrology, But at the same time, a dialogue from him, astrology tera ghar nahi chala sakta hai. Astrology can't feed you, can't make you run your family, And that's embedded here. I've received dialogues, like kadara leke khada re, big manga, like go with a begging ball. Similar, each human being has certain dialogues embedded in their lives that their relatives or friends or enemies or competitors or unknown people say to them, and it affects their psyche for a very long time. And one of these dialogues is that Maut Ka Saudagar in Narendra Modi's life. That is the turning point of the elections. There would have been many dialogues. My point is, astrological horoscope has to show that dialogue. Has to show that dialogue. An astrological horoscope, I have, in my past videos, in my past articles, I have shown how Amitabh Bachchan's horoscope shows, तेरा बाप चोर है, अपने हाथ पे लिख के, तेरा बाप चोर है. So, means your father is a thief. That dialogue from the movie Diwar. So there are certain dialogues which change the fortune of film stars. It should be seen in that horoscope. It should be seen in that horoscope why he only got that dialogue. Are you guys getting it? These dialogues make fortunes of crores of rupees for film stars. Crores and crores of rupees. And their whole future depends on those dialogues. I still remember, I often give that thing, a recent movie a few years back of Shah Rukh Khan. I'm digressing, guys, trying to just make it entertaining but important. Is from the movie Rais. Shah Rukh Khan was asked, why did you sign that movie? He said the director met him during Filmfare Awards and was sitting next to him throughout Filmfare Awards, okay, and telling him the story of Rais picture, the movie Rais. Shah Rukh Khan asked him at the end, why should I do this movie? So the director replies, okay, this is what I read, okay, in Shah Rukh Khan's interview. The director replies, okay, you will do this movie only for one dialogue. Shah Rukh Khan says, what? So at that time, the director says, Mia Bai ki daring or baniye ka dimag. Mia Bai is Muslims, the daring of a Muslim and a businessman's mind combined, will make you successful. That's what is the hint, So he says that, Mia Bai ki daring or baniye ka dimag. That changed Shah Rukh Khan into doing that movie, and that dialogue became a hit. It became a revival of Shah Rukh Khan's fortune, which was going down and down and down. Similarly, these things affect people, So, point is, as in our relationships, our children, our husband, our wives, okay, say something which hurt us, okay, or it encourages us and it remains in our mind, okay. This should be seen in our horoscope. So that is an area of thought for the future. Coming back to Chawla sir, please sir, your mundane astrology, Aresha.
I just show you, I'll take 1 minute only, that how I started this thing. I was sitting outside my office and one SMS came that about Air Asia's this thing, how it happened. So I just happened to, this was, I'll share screen. This was on 7th January 2015, right? I wrote on that day. Now I think it would be 12th January when black box would be located and fished out. Let us see and watch developments. And this was 12th of this was 12th January 15. Good news will be retrieved as per the news just now. It is Reuters news that it has been retrieved. It was said 5 days before that black box of Air Asia would be retrieved 5 days later. And exactly on that date, the black box was retrieved. And there was an earlier accident of Malaysian Airlines. Black box has just been retrieved few months or a month before. But for that, it was divine. When you teach when you do a prediction for teaching purposes, then divine helps. When you do prediction for boosting yourself, it doesn't work. Most of my prediction, maybe I may not have been saved, but my aim was not to project it as my projection for this thing I am doing it. But it happened. The few predictions are there. So maybe I may not have saved. Few maybe there in the WhatsApp, this thing chatting. But see the beauty of astrology. If 7 days before people were not knowing whether black box would be retrieved or not, we said 5 days before that on particular date black box should be retrieved. That is the thing. And from this day, 12th January or 7th January, I started doing mundane prediction.
Well, I do remember this prediction. I remember seeing this in advance. I do remember that, sir. Congrats, sir, once again. Chawla Sahab, you have a lot to teach. And, मैं एक कमजोर स्टूडेंट होने के नाते बोलूंगा, आपका हाथ तो मैं छोड़ूंगा नहीं. अगर मुझे कुछ हो गया तो दिनेश आपको नहीं छोड़ेगा, विनायक आपको नहीं.
I am available, sir. I am Patel Sahab is liberally giving. My aim is also to give liberally whatever I have achieved.
Thank you so much, Chawla Sahab. And we will meet back once again with how Vijay Chawla Ji predicted the surgical strikes well in advance, right in front of my eyes. Right in front of my eyes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
Dinesh, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Dinesh.
Thank you.